the 30-minute mark. So, hey, what's up? I'm so just honored and excited to be here with you tonight. For those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Carrie. I live here in gorgeous, warm, it's still 61 degrees in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'm so glad to see so many faces. With that in mind, if you're in a place where you can turn your cameras on, let me see myself and my dear sweet Sally, who's co-hosting with me tonight. We feed off of your energy. So if we can see your face while we're doing it, and the waving and the thumbs up and some interaction, and I just love it. So, and in the chat too, we have this really cool box down there. We're all accustomed to Zoom at this point in society. 2.5 years ago, we were the weirdos by having video conferences, but now guess what? It's a part of life. And I'm grateful for that. So use that chat. Tell me who invited you here. If you're drinking some of our PTKs, let me know what flavors in your shaker cup right now. Wait, and where are you from? So where are you watching from? I can't wait to see so many cities popping up in towns and countries. I know we normally have Canada on here. It's the middle of the night in Europe, but we have a lot of Europeans that watch this replay. So we got Pennsylvania, Ohio, Missouri, Vegas. What up, mama? New York, Donna in Vegas, Nicole in Florida, Aaron, New Hampshire in the house. I see Coachy doing her thing right there. So, and it's 28 degrees. And yeah, if it's still winter wherever you are, I'm sorry, move. Because it's not winter where Sally and I are. Like, it's just, I'll be complaining when it's 130 degrees outside, but that's a very short window of time. So again, my name is Carrie. I live here in Las Vegas, and prior to drinking ketones, I was just kind of a lump. I didn't have much excitement going on in my life. I didn't have much to thrive with. I'd built a couple businesses. I graduated from college, but I didn't realize that I'd really lost my zest. I didn't realize either that I had ballooned back up to 322 pounds. Now I'm 6'4". I wear it a little bit differently. I made the peach cool before Shakira and Beyonce made it cool, and J-Lo and all of them. And so it was, I just didn't even realize until somebody got bold enough. I don't even have a pack length. Oh wait, here's like these. Somebody got bold enough to put one of these in my hand and say, try this. And I finally said yes. My first year of drinking ketones, eating lower carb choices, I was able to find myself again. I was able to have fun. I lost 12 inches around my waist, 16 inches around my hip, and the fat loss was just a bonus in the aspect of like, wow, I felt like I got to meet me for the first time, like the true me and who I am. And it's just been a totally wild ride. That was 2017. Now here we are in 2022, y'all. And if it wasn't for this conversation, for this community, I wouldn't have had a chance to meet this amazing gem of a professional. I call her professional baby catcher. I don't know if I've ever actually called you that, but I say that in my head all the time. But Miss Sally Mendez from the Bay Area, why don't you come unmute yourself, Miss Sally, and just who are you? And we're like, I already said you're from the Bay, but tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? How is everyone? Happy Wednesday. I see so many familiar faces on here. Hi, guys, some of which I get to kiss and hug another week, and I am so excited. I am Sally Mendez. I am from the Bay Area in California. Like my beautiful co-host said, I catch babies for a living. I am a labor and delivery nurse, and I dabble a little bit in NICU when I have a bad baby that I need to help. So I have been a nurse for almost 12 years now. I was exogenous ketones came into my life about 18 months ago. I had tried the ketogenic diet, and who has tried the ketogenic diet? And then who has tried the ketogenic diet and was like, what the heck? I can't have a cupcake at my friend's birthday party. Like, what are you talking about? I'm going to get kicked out of ketosis. Yeah, well, that happened. I did great on the ketogenic diet, very restrictive, but then COVID hit, right? All that went out the door, and the food was flooded to the hospitals along with the patients. So what did I do? I ate, and then all of a sudden, the ketogenic diet was like, oh, hey, 50 pounds that you lost, where did you, what, you're coming back, what the heck? And someone said to me, why don't you just drink ketones? And I laughed at them. Because my nurse brain told me that's not possible. Your liver produces ketones. That is not possible. So I did some research and I found out, oh my gosh, it is possible to drink your way into ketosis in less than an hour. Let the benefits work for your body, which will guide you down the path of better energy, mental clarity, cravings for carb completely cut out, appetite suppressed, and then there started coming off the fat again. And it was just this best tool I'd ever put in my toolbox. And so now I do nothing but share this conversation and catch babies for my living. And I just love being here with all of you. So thank you for allowing me to host with you, Carrie.
Yes, I'm so grateful that we get to do this. But I also want to show this picture, like you can really see it. But this was before I started drinking ketones. My old pastor sent me this picture today. And he's like, who was this guy? Who is this guy? I'm like, who is that guy? That looks like my uncle that I don't talk to anymore, that I don't even have. And it just really blew my mind to have that reminder from somebody else, of like, this is where you were and now you're going where you're going. And I'm so grateful for that trip. But what are we talking about? What do we got going on? We are talking about pure therapeutic ketones. This is the only one on the market that is 100% bioavailable. And Nurse Sally will tell you that just means that your body goes, oh, hey, this is cool. I know exactly how to use this. And so you take this, you put it in a shaker cup. And also, if you're drinking, Brittany, everybody, what are you drinking right now? Let me see, Tammy, what are you drinking? Drop it in the chat. Because I want to know. I do have water here, but I got a boxing class here in a minute. But you take this, you mix it up, and all of those betters that Sally just talked about can show up for you. Better mood, better sleep, better energy, focus, fat loss. If you haven't seen the campfire video, let me say it this way. If you have seen the campfire video, drop the flame emoji down there or write the word flame in the comment chat if you've seen the campfire. If not, this is your first call to action. Text your friend that invited you to be here and say, I need to see that campfire video, because that's going to do a far better explanation, cartoon, visual of explaining what's happening in your body when you put ketones into it. It's perfect. And it does exemplify three ways to get into ketosis. Number one is through strict diet, like Sally talked about. I never did the keto diet without ketones. I didn't know a difference between a ketone and a keystone back in 2017. But that's one way that you can do it. It is the more arduous way. It's a little more requiring, a little more strict. There's not much forgiveness in diet culture in general, but specifically the keto diet. Now, if your medical professional says, hey, you should do this because you might have XYZ, cool. That's fantastic. But for us, I like this best way. So the good way is eating the strict diet. The better way is fasting. If you've ever seen intermittent fasting or a prolonged fast, we practice fasting as a community as well. A couple times a month, just as a group to support each other, which is really cool. And that's the good, better, best. So good is the diet, better is fasting. And the best way, of course, is drinking ketones. And actually, the flavors that I'm flashing you right now are not even available. So there's some delicious flavors, but text your friend that invited you to be here to get what flavors that you can have today, because there's some goodies out there for sure. Now, these are 100% guaranteed to put you in ketosis. Sally deals with babies all the time. When those babies come out of the womb, they're in ketosis. While they're breastfeeding, they're in ketosis. If you drink this, or when you drink this, and you prick your finger and test your blood, you will show measurable ketones in your blood, period, 100% of the time. Now, how ketosis shows up in your life, that's between you and your body. I can't say, hey, arm fat, I want you to burn away first. Like, I don't have that ability. If you do, I got Coach Becca to tell me how to work my arms, how to work my back, how to get gains. So I can do that, but I can't tell how ketones show up in myself. But first it was my mood. First it was my brain. When I felt good, Sally, confer with me if this is something, when I felt good, I couldn't help but do better. Isn't that the worst part about dieting or going to the gym is the 21 days of feeling like crap while you're trying to adjust to it? But put the ketones in your body and let it go to work. And that way that better can show up for you. So these were originally formulated for Navy SEAL divers. You can hop on the YouTube, type in TEDx Starving Cancer by Dr. Dominic D'Agostino, and he talks about creating the first ketones that were specifically designed for Navy SEAL divers. I'm not going to go into that because there's a doctor that talks about that way better than I can, but I can tell you that the servings that they were putting in them were $1,000 for the same amount of powder that's inside this pack right here. So if you're thinking, well, I don't know, I don't have $1,000 a day or $2,000 a day, but I sure can get free. I can enjoy it for free. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But Miss Sally, why don't you touch on what are some of your favorite support products? Like, we're built on, our entire stories are built off of ketones. Our businesses are built off of ketones, how we feel center around these. But what's a couple of our support products that you just love to layer in, and when you're working with your clients, just kind of oomph them up?
Yeah. Hey, thanks. Great question, Carrie, because if you go on our site, you'll see that we have NATs, which are pure therapeutic bioidentical ketones. So you're going to see a lot of support products that we have as well. My favorite support product is this little black stick called Mitoplex. And maybe Carrie can pull one out and show you on his screen. This is our upgraded electrolyte. Keeping your electrolytes balanced while in a state of ketosis is key. When your body shifts from using glucose as fuel to ketone bodies for fuel, your cells are going to get cleaned up. The toxins are going to come out. And a lot of times that will come out are electrolytes. So we definitely want to replace those electrolytes to keep homeostasis in our body and our body happy. So electrolytes, our Mitoplex, is my favorite product, and I will put them in I use them 3 ways. I put them in my ketones in the morning, or I put them in my plain water, and our citrus ones are literally like those little Propel sticks that I used to use back in the day. I put them in my water for a nice flavor enhancer, or you can shoot it like a pixie stick. I'm telling you, I work with a lot of nurses that don't get time to drink water during the day, and all of a sudden they're like, I have a headache, and I literally will go take out my Mitoplex, tell them, I know you might think I'm crazy. They don't think so anymore because they've seen this stuff work. Shoot this like a pixie stick and down it with some water, and oh my God, their headache is gone in like 3 to 5 minutes. It is amazing. So Mitoplex is my favorite Pruvit support product. Another product that we have, where are my coffee lovers? Like, I get this question all the time. If I drink ketones, can I have coffee too? Yes, come on. What's life without a cup of coffee here and there? My gosh. Yes, you can have coffee. We have an amazing creamer that goes into your coffee, and it does not have ketones in it, but what it does have is this beautiful thing called MCT, and Carrie is holding up a box of our keto cream. MCT stands for medium chain triglyceride. It is the best fat that you can fuel your little brain with. Your brain gets MCT in it, and it is phenomenal. Now, if you want to know another really cool thing about the benefits and the power of MCT, I urge you to go look at the research with Alzheimer's and dementia and incorporating MCT into your diet, however that comes into your diet. Our keto cream also has 4 different types of collagen, and that's why I look so great at 76 years old, guys. Like, oh my God. So 4 different types of collagen. We know that collagen is good for hair, skin, and nails. We know MCT is amazing for your brain, and it works so well when paired with ketones. So those are my 2 favorite support products that Pruvit has to offer all of us.
I love that. Thank you so much. And there is a product guide available if you're one of those people that want to know all of the options to layering and to experiencing everything that we have to offer. You know, first and foremost, if you're not drinking ketones yet, drink the ketones. And then after that, we can start layering in. And I love Sally's explanation of keto cream. I call it's my fuel for all my squishy bits, all my ligaments, all my tendons, all my cartilage, all of my squishy bits, my eyeballs, because those are all fed by collagen peptides, which is a big fancy way of saying protein. And so when you're when you're hydrated, when you're in ketosis, and when you're consuming a good source of MCT, y'all, if I had time, I'd get my mama up here and talk about her brain health. You know, she looks great for 120 years old. Just kidding. She's only 97, and she's not even that. But it's the way that these products have showed up just for her cognitive health is fantastic. And I'm so super grateful for that. So, but right now, if something that we said, kind of piqued your interest, is something that Sally talked about, as a medical professional, as someone that deals in hospital visits, that deals with the overall health of not just the baby, but the mom as well, in the moments, some of the most precious moments in life, if something that we've said kind of piqued your interest, text your friend right now and say, hey, what's that information about MCT? What's that information about keto cream? And they're going to go to pruvit.tv, which is a really cool website and also an app if you have a smartphone. I mean, if you're not watching us on a flip phone, so I don't even know why I said that, but you can get a really cool, poignant resource to help answer your question. Listen, I'm not a PhD. Sally is an RN. Sally is an LMNOP, whatever. She can deal with it all, but she's not a PhD. We have PhDs to do PhD work. And that's the really cool thing about this community is the partnership between the researchers, the physicians, the brains, and then we got the beauty. And then I'm kind of a beauty too. I'm not brawn. So I'm getting brawn. Coachy, what's up? And we can get that information in your hand. So pruvit.tv is going to be your best resource. And Kendra, that's a great question. Hold on to that for just at the very end. And maybe Sally, we can address that just to see how that shows up. Okay. So if you got questions, we'll have a little bit of time at the very end, but message your friend now. Say, hey, you know what? I didn't even get my challenge kit out yet. I want to give it a go. Grab one of these. There's a really cool good, better, best model on there, coupling the 10-day challenge kit, which is going to give you flavors to try and find out which ones you love and the ones that you can have. I didn't like the flavor of the very first one that I drank. I thought it tasted like crud, but you know what? I love the way that I felt. And that's something that's just really shown up in my life of sometimes you don't have to enjoy every single thing right when you do it. Me working out 16 days in a row as of today, I'm still not necessarily enjoying it, but I'm telling myself, you know what? It's all worth it. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. And 4.5 years later of drinking these, and whenever this product came out, which is so fantastic of drinking these, but you can get started on a good, better, best of this. This is your cornerstone of your experience. Let ketosis show up in your life today. So text your friend or give them a call when we get off the call here, off the Zoom here, and let them know that you want to see what our options are. Yeah, the bundles are amazing. There's additional savings, and I'm not going to go into that because you can read all about it. What's that? Isn't that a newspaper thing? Like there's some saying something, read all about it. Okay. I'm a millennial. I'm not a baby boomer. Sorry, mom. Extra. That's what it is. I'm the extra one. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna just kind of shift this conversation a little bit because you're gonna get started on your ketones. You're gonna drink them. And if you're at all like me, when I first got this, I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to afford it. I didn't know. I wasn't a professional in my environment. I didn't have a 6-figure job. I didn't have disposable income. But once I drank it, I knew that there was going to be somehow, some way, Brittany, I was going to get these. I was going to have them constantly. And then my friend says to me, well, you can get them for free, right? And I was like, no, how am I supposed to know that? I would never know that. So all I did was call my friend Janice, who's on here still 4.5 years later. And I called my mom and she didn't have a choice. I said, you're going to buy this. You're going to drink it, Janice. You're going to drink it, Lauren. You're going to drink it, Linda, because if you don't, I don't know I have no consequences, but you need to have this. You need to have it. So because I referred 2 friends, a friend that trusted me and liked me enough, my mother who liked me enough, love is unconditional, like is considerable, and they gave it a go. They gave it a go and tried it with me. And we've drank it together over the last 4.5 years. And the ketones turned to free tones. And it's just been magnificent. I just got my box of free tones today, $36 for 3 boxes. That's enough for 2 a day, just because I got a little crazy and shared it with a few people that like me and and they love me back. So if you have a couple people you can think of off the top of your head, like if I'm here right now and Sally's my friend in San Jose and Jamie's my friend in New Jersey, and I say, oh my gosh, Jamie and Sally would love these. I'm going to say, hey, Sally, I don't know what this is yet. I just got off the Zoom, or I'm still on the Zoom, but this is my friend and she's going to send you some information and just watch it because I'm really excited about it too. And be excited. There's going to be good things that show up in your life just because you're excited about it. And then we got the science to prove it. So there's no questions about if this is going to work for you. Like the only decision you have left is like, how many times a day are you going to drink it? And then are you going to let your body be the lab? Like let the research show up and see how better is going to show up for you. So now we're going to transition oh wait, no, Sally, you have a story, somebody to share a little bit about their product story, right?
Yes, thank you so much. So I invited my good friend, Brittany Allen, to share with you guys her amazing story with drinking ketones. So Brittany Allen, come off mute. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, how long you've been drinking ketones, and your amazing story.
All right. Thanks, Sal. Thanks, Carrie. Hi, guys. I'm Brittany. I live in Sacramento, California. I have been drinking ketones since last July. So for about 6 months, I'm still kind of a newbie. Before I was drinking ketones, I'm a mom of a 6.5-year-old. So I am always tired. He runs me around. I would always wake up like super exhausted. I would go have like a couple of cups of coffee to get me going and trying to get him out the door. And I look forward to my 1 p.m. nap. Like I napped every single day for about 2 hours at a time. People knew not to call me between like 1 and 3 because that's when I had to nap. And, you know, I was watching one of my friends on social media and she just was glowing inside and out. And I could tell there was a difference in her. And so I finally was like, all right, girl, what are you doing different? Like, tell me the details. And she's like, I'm drinking ketones. And I was like, what? Like, what is this stuff? So I finally, you know, did the leap of faith in July and never looked back. Like, seriously, I look forward to my morning ketone. I go over, I grab my drink, I bring it back to bed with me, I drink it, and then I am ready for the day. You know, I get my son ready. I don't have that like cloud over my head anymore. Like I feel like more clear, I'm more motivated. And, you know, on top of that, you know, 35 pounds of fat loss isn't too shabby either. And that's without doing a keto diet or exercising, you know. I'm doing the core 4 now, so I'm changing that, but I absolutely love this product so much. Thanks, guys.
Oh, Brittany, you are amazing. I just love hearing your story and I just love being a part of your story and your transformation. And you are just changing your life for better and so many other people's lives with just talking about how beautiful this product is. So thank you so much for sharing. Carrie, back to you, my friend.
Yes. So we're going to take another quick little pivot here. So if Brittany's story, Sally's story, some of the story, and if you have a ketone story, drop it in the chat. That just might be someone's little like aha moment. Like, I mean, my friend Liz Grant and I, we don't have very much in common except ketones and Jesus. But other than like beyond that, somebody's going to see Liz and go, oh, wow, that's the most refined secret gazillionaire I've ever met in my entire life. That's designed mansions all over the world. And this is me just fluffing her up. But Liz's story may change your life. My story might be, oh, well, he's a dude, whatever. And just so if you have a story, drop it in the chat, just so that way we can share in this together. And while you're doing that, we're going to make that pivot because not only is drinking ketones amazing, and this is the first time in human history we've been able to achieve ketosis without stressing ourselves out with extreme diet or fasting, but there's also a really cool community here. There's a really cool community. There's a really cool rewards plan attached to sharing this. And back in 2017, like I had built a business that gave me a little bit of a residual income. If you've ever heard of residual income, that's movie stars, musicians, book authors. Every time somebody downloads their book, what am I, 14, like somebody that buys a book, there's, they're paid regardless. They did the work one time and they're still getting paid off of it. And so I found out that I could drink ketones, get into ketosis, learned about that. Cool. And then I found out I can get them for free. Awesome. But then if I got crazy and I didn't just share it with Sally and Jamie, but then I shared it with Sally and Jamie and Becca and Jackie and Liz and Amy and Donica, if I shared it with my other friends, then there's a rewards plan attached to that. Like, what does that mean to partner with a company? What does it mean to represent a brand. And I'd worked retail, I've worked politics, I've worked in all sorts of fields. There's a mentor of mine, if you've never heard of him, his name is Les Brown. And Les Brown, you go on YouTube, type in Les Brown. He's, in his 70s now, amazing human being. And you go on there and let Les Brown speak some life into you. But he told me when I was 12 years old, go experience everything. Go try it all. Jim Rohn said the same thing to me. Try it all. Try everything. Fail at a lot, but try it all. And so I found out that I could share this conversation at a higher level. I could not only get my product for free, but I could also earn rewards. And before I started sharing the conversation, I all of that no zest in my life was super apparent. It was all there. And then now, I get to drive a free car that's parked outside of my house. We're having a leadership retreat here in a couple weekends, and we have friends all over the place. And Samantha Ann, I'm so glad you said Keto Academy. Thank you for that. But because we have some, if you like information in medical science or just research science, we got a perfect event for you coming up this weekend. But before that, I had to consider, what is it like to partner with Pruvit? What does it mean to have my own business? And what does that mean? Pruvit's a multi-billion-dollar brand at this point. We also just absorbed a food distribution company. Our owner said, hey, I want to put that into our community as well. We bought out a food distribution, farm fresh, farm to table food distribution company and pulled them into our ecosystem. So not only do we have the greatest beverage in the world, and Sally, I'm totally stealing most of your language on this, but we have the greatest food options for when you say, hey, what do I eat? Here, either buy this or recreate it. That's what we're going with. Either buy this so that way you can run out the door with it, or make it yourself. If you got a family of 10 buying individual meals, maybe that's not feasible for you. But to recreate a meal so that way you have 10 servings, chef's kiss. Let's have some fun with it. But we're a multi-billion-dollar brand, and we're founded for purpose. Our mission statement is to basically leave the world better than we found it. And when you partner with us and when you're a part of here, every Wednesday night, we have this call just for you. Somebody like me that's just been doing this a little bit longer than you will be here to share this information and to go on with it, to be able to help you share it even more. But Miss Sally, I want you to talk about, what does it mean to lead with education and working towards better? How does that work when it comes to sharing this conversation?
Yeah, I love sharing this conversation because, before I got into this, I laughed so hard. And then I really, really was given this information like I'm about to give all of you. Pruvit leads with research and education. We are community-based marketing. There are doctors, scientists, researchers that are always plugging into this community, leading from the front with innovation in the science and the technology, and it is always changing and is always innovating, which is absolutely amazing. So that's one of the biggest things that I love when sharing this conversation, is that we've got the science behind it to back up what we're doing. That's one of my very favorite parts of this.
So good. So good. And when you do become what we call promoters, when you're a partner in the business, some things that come with that is, and right now, and Sally's going to talk about our $1 Keto Club, which I'm really excited to hear her touch on here at the end. But what do you get? You get a legal team. We're protected through and through. We want to protect our brand. We want to protect our movement. We want to protect the things that we get to do here. It's so important. You get a research and development, y'all. When Dr. Ryan and Dr. Jacob, who you'll get to learn from at Keto Academy this weekend, or not this weekend, next weekend, when they talk about they have the next 3 to 5 years of products, of flavors, of there's an 18 to 24 month window of goodness that's already planned out for us. Y'all, I don't know if you've ever owned a small business, but that much future sight, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. And we don't have to do it ourselves. We can say yes and share this and continue to share, because also we got a really cool marketing team, all of our flyers. And when you're part of the organization, when you're part of the community, we have so many people that produce beautiful pictures, beautiful stories, beautiful moments that they go, here, Jackie, this is for you to use. Tracy, you asked for that picture. Here you go. Have fun with it. I mean, Liz has one of the best design eyes in the entire world, but maybe it's not taking pictures of little packets. Maybe that's not her greatest skill, but she can take that picture and send it and say, oh my gosh, look at this beautiful packaging. You should try this. So there's so many wonderful things that come with it. And you have a system. You have a system, regardless of who invited you here. We have a very, very simple system. This, where you are tonight, is part of that system. Hey, Anna or Ann, I see you there. Leanne, hey, we're having this call tonight and some of my friends are going to share on it. Like, would you hop on with me? Who got a message something similar like that? I did the very first time, a few times. Hey, hop on this, hop on this, hop on this. And so I did. This is part of our system because someone cared enough about you to plug you into that system. When you're not just being marketed to or marketed at, you're being shared with. And I think there's a huge difference in that because what we get to do comes from our hearts, not just the desire to make money. Because without loving people, there's not much else to do in this business because we're truly in the business of people. So Miss Sally, why don't you go ahead and just, what does it mean to kind of start with the Dollar Keto Club? And then like, what's that benefit of that 40% off or even the 22% off of the mini? And like, why should I have that much ketones in my hands?
Oh, these are such great questions and how I got started. And I love our Dollar Keto Club, right? Who here ever said, oh my God, I want to open a McDonald's and I have $500,000 to invest into this? Nobody here has done that, I bet, right? This is like the coolest way to start something, to open up your doors as a business owner. And what happens with our Dollar Keto Club is you can become a brand builder with our community for just $1. And you have the option to purchase your inventory at 22 to 40% off, our mini brand builder or our max brand builder. Now, why are you going to want to have all those ketones in your storage closet? Well, A, you are drinking them too. And B, when someone says, I kind of want to try that, but I'm not quite sure yet, you have inventory to trial pack out ketones into your friends and family's hands. It is amazing. So you essentially are able to open your doors as a business owner and have inventory to trial out to people at 40% off. And our Max Brand Builder is absolutely phenomenal. You get 10 boxes at 40% off, and you get access to double bonuses on your first month and a rank 5 pay on all of your commissionable sales. And that doesn't mean a whole lot to people right now, but let's just say, do you want to make this much commission on a box or this much commission on a box? So it's an amazing way to get inventory in your possession to be able to trial out to your friends and family. And then once they love it, which we know they do, they run to your site that Pruvit establishes for you. All of the back office stuff is done for you already. Talk about not hiring an IT tech guy to set up your computer systems at your brand new business, right? It's already done for you. So then they run to your site, they use your code, and they purchase boxes. And now you're getting a rank 5 pay commission when you go in with that max. So we have some amazing opportunities right now to be a brand builder in our community for just $1 and get some inventory in your stock for 22 to 40% off.
Oh, so good. So good. That was perfect. And like Sally did say, she started with the Dollar Keto Club 18 months ago or whenever that was, sometime in 2020, which let's just say that 2020 to 2022, like that's just all 1 year and it's all just a mulligan. So she's brand new, and that means I'm not 34 years old, but like so many of us got started with somehow, some way. But the key thing is we got started. The key thing is like something someone said was like, hey, I feel great. I'll be very honest with you right now, like weight loss wise, fat loss wise, I've been at a straight plateau for the last 2.5 years because my body's changed. My hormones are different. My brain is different, whatever, but I've never stopped drinking them because I'm obsessed with the way that I feel. Even if I didn't have a really cool team to work with, even if I didn't have the community I plug into, I love the way that I feel. And all of that is a bonus. And so let me just say, and now I'm getting stronger and shrinking already because of my mindset's different around what we're doing here and what we've got going on drinking ketones. But you are one of three types of people. This is the first time you've been exposed to this information. And so however you find yourself in here, I just want to say thank you. That first type of person is the one that says, you know what, that's not really for me. And actually, like my friend Becca that's on here, she's like, that's good for you. It's not good for me. It's fine for 9 months, And now she's getting on a plane and coming to Arizona and then coming up here to hang out with me for a couple of days. And we get to do this together. So you might be that person that says, you know what, thanks, but no thanks. But Becca knew some people that might benefit from it, that didn't coincide with her profession at the time, which is still a professional, still a certified trainer. And so we were able to work together, but not work together at the same time. So it wasn't good for her, but it was still, she knew folks. And so if your mom or dad or your Janice in your life, that's someone that just wants to feel that zest again, you can say, hey, you know what, this isn't for me, but I want you to talk to my friend Sally or whoever invited you to be here and have that conversation, broker that conversation with them. You might just change their lives for the better. So that's person number one. Person number two is like, the community sounds great and I want to be a part of it, but I really just want to get my ketones for free, because that was me. I didn't want a business. I didn't want to do Zooms. I didn't want to get on a plane and travel to go be up for 14 hours at events. I didn't want to do any of that ever again. I had no desire. But as I kept growing, I kept showing up and I couldn't help but participate. And so I went from that being number two. And if this is you, perfect. Our entire business model, everything that we do here, number one, we want you to drink ketones to feel better, to have some fat loss, to increase your brain productivity, but also like, let's get it for free. You have the option to get it for free. If you are Mr. Moneybags or Miss Moneybags, Darshell, if you've got the few bucks to pay for your ketones, great, pay for it. But I'm sorry, if a restaurant says, hey, you bring in, you get 10 stamps on this all-you-can-eat sushi card, and yours is free, guess what? Me and 10 of my friends are going to dinner because mine's going to be free. That's who I am, Amy. That's who I am, Robin. If I have an option, I'm going to do it, Dawn Allen, and you know it. I love me a coupon. So I got my ketones for free. Or you might be the person number three that says, you know what? I want to try this. And I'm going to make a list. I'm going to make a list of a few people and introduce them to the person that introduced me to this conversation and start sharing this. Be like Sally. Start for $1. Get some ketones in your hand and really put some physical action behind how you love your friends, family, and neighbors. Like I love Sally's community that she's built up there because she's got people that live down the street from her drinking ketones. I don't even talk to my neighbors because they're kind of scary sometimes. What's up, Vegas? And so, and my mom and dad live across the street, Genius, so don't laugh too hard at me. So I guess my neighbors are drinking ketones. But if you feel like, hey, you know what, this is something I want to do. Hey, this is something, and Sally didn't need to make any money. I needed to make money. Dawn Allen needed to make money. We needed money quick. But Sally didn't need to make money. She's one of the top, she's one of the top professionals in her area and what she does. But now she's able to live life and be a part of her little angels' lives. And we have so many stories. If you have a business story, all right, here, let me see it down here in the comments. If you've earned your ketones for free, drop the number 1 in the chat. If you've ever drank free ketones, drop the number 1. If you've ever made a few bucks, let's say $100, drop a 1 in the chat. If you've ever helped someone else earn, let's say $100 by sharing this conversation, drop a 1 in the chat. Like the evidence is here. The proof is here. All that's left for you to decide is how do you want better to show up for you? And how do you want better to show up in your friends, family, and loved ones? And then eventually total strangers all around you. Because this community, we are here to serve you. So whether you're a type 1, thanks but no thanks, but I have my mom I want you to talk to, or type 2, like, listen, I just want my product for free. Or you're a type 3 personality, where it says, hey, I want to drink this, I want to share this, I want to earn money, and you have the ability to commit for the long haul. Some of us came in, made good money right up front, but let me tell you, The ability to impact my life and subsequently my family's life from sharing this conversation has come up now in year 4. You didn't go to school. You didn't start dating or marry whoever. Now I'm going to start preaching, y'all. You didn't get into a relationship to say, you know what, in 6 weeks, it's fine. You didn't do that. Like if you have a partner in your life and you made that decision, if I know this is what's up, then till death do us part, or I kill him or her. That's how this is going to work. Like, do you have the longevity to see how sharing this conversation can really inspire you and shift the trajectory of your life? We have the system. We have the science. We have the Sallys, the 3 S's of our community. And it's just waiting for you to say yes. Just waiting for you to say yes. So text that person that invited you here and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to drink my ketones. I'm going to get them for free, or I'm going to share this conversation. Grab that $1 Keto Club pack. And let's see how better shows up in your community's life. So Miss Sally, do you have any last words before we jump off?
I do. I did see one question in the chat talking about the benefits of Fueled by Female. Who has had Fueled by Female? Raise your hand. Fueled by Female is one of our newest amazing technologies that Pruvit gifted to us this year, and it is so amazing. Yes, men can drink it too. Carrie, I know you love your Fueled by Female. Fueled by Female was an innovative drink that was for the female body. Let's face it, us females need a little bit more attention, right? I'm just saying. Fueled by Female is our beautiful, pure therapeutic bioidentical ketones mixed with vitamin C, D, E. We know those vitamins. We all know what C is for. We all know what D is for, D3 especially, and E, hair, skin, and nails. Now, 3 more things that were added to this. I'll go pretty quickly. I know I want to be respectful of everybody's time. 3 things that were added to this technology was theobromine. Theobromine is that feel-good component to chocolate. Another component they added to it was oh my gosh, now I'm blanking. It's not elderflower blackberry. That's a good ketone flavor.
Bilberry!
Bilberry extract is one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can put into your body. Theobromine, thank you, and licorice root powder. Thank you, Sarah Ramos. Licorice root powder has been shown to help with hormone regulation. So those 3 things added to with those amazing vitamins mixed with our ketones. I had one this morning, y'all. I did not eat till 3 o'clock this afternoon. I call it like fueled by fire. Like it's straight fire in my body. So I know I saw that question in the chat. Fueled by Female is supposed to be making an appearance very soon. So I'm really excited about that one. And Perfect. Other than that, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Love spending this time with you guys. Carrie, I know you got some awesome little plans this evening. You have fun, my angel.
Yes, we're going to hop off of here. So text your friend that you're ready to drink your ketones. Text your friend about Keto Academy because you want to check out that research. Text your friend that invited you here to just say, be how excited and get plugged into the resources. And until next week or until our next Zoom, thank you so much. And I cannot wait to see how better shows up in your life. And until then, this call is a wrap. Have a great night and we'll see you then. Bye.